My name is Deva, and I am the third of 6 children. I have 4 sisters and 1 brother, and I was raised by a single mother. My mother got divorced when I was in kindergarten, and I stayed with my dad. Our family was not the best family, which I know that there isn't a perfect family out there, but we had incest relationships in my family, and there was much neglect in my family. So growing up, I stayed with my mom, and I went to a nice school, and lived in a little small neighborhood. And when I was 14 years old, my mom, she got in a car accident. My sister came up and she had told me, "Mom is dead, Mom is dead." So I ran out of the house and I saw her, and she's broken into pieces on the street. And so that's when my life really started to go in a different direction. I had been through so many high schools that I wasn't able to get any credits, and then I dropped out of school when I was 16. I started to get a job when I was at the shelter. So I'm working 2 jobs at the time, and I got off of work one day to go from my first job to my second job, and I had gone out the back door. Then I was hit on the back of the head, and I woke up in a dumpster with a man on top of me, and he was raping me. I tried to ignore it or whatever, and I talked to a friend when I went to work. She had given me a pregnancy test, and I took it. I actually took 6 of them, and they all came back positive. I became a mother as a teenager. I was 18 years old when I became pregnant, and I was living in a shelter, and I had no one to support me, and I had no idea what to do. I was working at a hotel at that time. There were phone books all around. Oh, look at the phone book. So there's a phone book that was actually sitting on the table, and it fell off of the table, and it opened up to the piece. On one side of the page, I remember, was Planned Parenthood, and on the other side, in the corner at the bottom, was PRC, and it had a picture with it. And at that time, I could not comprehend what I was reading. I was never a good reader in school, and no one ever nurtured my education, so I was drawn to pictures. There was a picture there, but Planned Parenthood was your big piece. So PRC, I'm gonna call PRC, so that's what I did. PRC had everything that I needed to teach me how to use the resources for the season that I was in. I remember the last time that I was being raped, and I went to work, and I was doing something one day, and I realized my nails were really long. It's like, shucks, I'm pregnant. By then, I knew the signs of pregnancy, and of course, one of my girlfriends had a pregnancy test in her purse, and I took it, and sure enough, I was pregnant. So I looked in the phone book yet again, and it was Thrive this time. So it had been 6 years. So I had an appointment, and I went into the room, nice fluffy sofas, and on the sofa sat this pretty woman with a big smile and red hair, and it was Pat Drury. And she sat down there, and she talked with me, and she asked me if I had a relationship with Jesus Christ. And I didn't. At first, I was really stubborn. Oh, I was so stubborn. But she was persistent, and she was persistent with a smile too. So it's like, I really felt like she loved me. So, these women would pray, and they would teach these studies that showed that parenting has a purpose. The goal isn't just to make it through the day or to make sure that you have clothes, but there was a purpose for me having these children, and the ladies at Thrive, they showed me that. So one of them invited me to go to church. I went for the first time to their congregation. I had realized that I had committed treason against a holy God, but I wanted His grace and His mercy, and I could have it. So I took it. I'm able to parent my children with a purpose now. I'm able to thrive as a wife now. and I'm able to develop my talents and grow a small business now, thanks to all the servitude that's been shown to me. Thank you.